I'm Brian Lilly. Justice delayed is justice denied. That is the topic of tonight's byline. It's a long-prevailing legal maxim. Justice delayed is justice denied. The line is often attributed to William Gladstone, the late British politician and statesman. It's a line that's also been used by the likes of Martin Luther King Jr. and other U.S. civil rights leaders. And believe it or not, the idea that justice should not be delayed, it's even found in the Magna Carta, that dusty old backbone of our legal system dating back to 1215. It reads, "To no one will we sell, to no one will we refuse or delay right or justice." Yet too often today, justice is delayed. And tonight I want to talk to you about a particular injustice that we've been following for nearly 18 months on this program and that we will have to follow for some time to come. I'm talking about the investigation into the RCMP's actions during the High River flood. Now, when the flood waters forced the evacuation of homes in High River in June 20th of 2013, no one expected that after the damage caused by the water, that the most substantial damage, the next biggest cause, would be RCMP boots kicking down doors, traipsing through homes with sewage all over their boots, and then damaging relations by seizing hundreds of firearms. But that's what happened, and townspeople cried out. We listened, we reported on it, and this network, this show in particular, led the charge in pointing out problems with police kicking down doors, entering homes, and seizing private property without warrant. After several days of RCMP officials defending their actions, the Mounties Commissioner, Bob Paulson, actually asked for an investigation by the RCMP Public Complaints Commission. From his letter, "While I am very proud of the heroic response of our members and employees, many of whom were personally impacted in helping the community stay safe during this disaster, I am quite concerned by the sharp criticism that has arisen in the media with respect to the gun seizures from evacuated homes." That letter went out on July 5th, 2013. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is 500 days ago. 500 days. Originally, we were led to believe that this report into the RCMP's actions would be ready in October of 2013. Not a bad timeline. These things do take a little bit of time. Then the commission received so many complaints. They had so many people that wanted to talk to them that they needed to go to High River several times to complete the interviews. The report was delayed. Maybe December, we were told. Then maybe the new year. Then it was pushed off until the spring of 2014. Definitely by August 2014, we were told. August came and went, and then we were told the end of October. It'll be ready at the end of October. But here we are, the middle of November, still no report. Late last week, we were told we could expect it sometime in 2015. Here's the problem. This one report has caused all other action, all other inquiries to grind to a halt. Politicians don't want to do anything to fix the situation until they hear what this report has to say. So what's causing the delay? Simply put, we don't know. When we ask, we're told that the Public Complaints Commission takes this report seriously. They want to get it right, but they tell us that each time they delay. Their annual report says that it'll be released this year, but now there's another delay. All of this is leading plenty of people that I talk to wonder, hey, what's going on? Is the report being shopped around RCMP headquarters so that they can take out any negative bits, whitewash the report before the public gets a chance to see it? So far, we haven't seen any evidence of that, but we do continue to look, to monitor, and to file access to information requests just to be sure. By now, plenty of people would have just walked away, decided to forget about the whole thing. We aren't going to do that, and thankfully, neither are the residents of High River, who continue to demand answers.
Right? They just burying everything, as usual. Think us people on the street here or whatever, we'll forget about it.
Can we find out through the Freedom of Information Act? Are we allowed to do that? Or, you know, because the government can do what they want. Why can't we find out what they're doing?
Keeping people informed, because that's the biggest thing. Half the time, it just kind of goes to the wayside, and then you never hear no more. And we're not forgetting. I'm not forgetting. Half the people I talk to in town aren't forgetting.
All this waiting, all this justice denied has a real impact on people. Beyond the broken trust created by the RCMP actions, the delay makes some people question the very foundations of our system.
It really bugs my wife that I call us a communist country because of what the RCMP did and what our government is doing. We really don't have freedom of speech. We really don't have freedom to live in our own country anymore with the way our government and our RCMP, I mean, they're supposed to be looking after us, government and RCMP. it's not happening.
It's a worrying sign to hear people talk about that. I mean, I don't blame the man, though. Trust has been broken. It hasn't been repaired. A report into what happened, well, over a few weeks has taken 500 days, and we have no clue when it will actually be released. How that doesn't make you question the authorities if you're one of the 1,900 people that had their doors kicked down by the Mounties is beyond me. Now, while the delay is making me skeptical, Wild Rose leader and High River MLA Danielle Smith remains confident that the long timeline is actually a positive thing.
We need to find out who made the mistakes, why the mistakes were made, and if there's legislative changes that need to be made to clarify, great. If there's internal policies with the RCMP that need to be changed so this doesn't happen again, great. So I'll be optimistic in thinking that the delay actually means that this is a report that's going to have some teeth.
I hope that Smith is right, but I am becoming, as I said, skeptical. Now, other political leaders like High River Mayor Craig Snodgrass, well, he just wants to put the whole thing behind him.
There's a few guys that it's important to, but it's not a town of High River issue. That's something that's being dealt with the RCMP and the federal government, and that's where that stands.
I can't blame Snodgrass for feeling that way, but I also can't let this injustice go. Hundreds and hundreds of people were denied basic rights and due process by the RCMP when they kicked down doors and seized private property without warrant. This is not just a gun issue. This is a basic, fundamental justice issue. We cannot have police acting like this in Canada. Not now, not in the future. And when the police do step out of line, we must call them on it. I have no idea when this report will actually come out, but you can be sure that when it does, I will be following the findings and bringing you the real story, the full story, to you. And that's the byline.